Welcoming Abhishek Banerjee.
Next thing I see is that he just calls Kiara Advani. I बोल रहा है इसको तेरे पे crush है and he just gives me the phone.
Oh
It
my
was so
God.
embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. And I don't think anybody can replace Shah Rukh Khan in a Shah Rukh Khan. You know, any kind of favors, then you should just stay away from those people. I have given auditions, so I know when you're new in Bombay, you're going to a casting director's office with, you know, high hopes and dreams. It becomes very difficult to perform because you're already stressed about multiple. मैं बस सपना देख के नहीं आया था बॉम्बे. मैं I really meant business और मैं काम करने आया था.
So Abhishek, welcome to Screen Room.
Thank you.
I wanted to firstly begin asking you this, that have you come to a college after a very long time?
Yes, hello everybody. Hi. Thank you for coming, and yeah, I think this is my first college visit in Mumbai. No, maybe the second. Maybe the second. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Also, congratulations. What a 2024 you've had.
Yes, thank you.
Like 3-2. First 100 crore film, first blockbuster.
Yeah.
ये जो attention मिला है, how exciting was that?
Very exciting. I think I've always loved attention since my childhood. I'm the
Okay.
only child. So, you know, the only children, like, वो इकलौते होते हैं, तो they always want all the attention. So, I have been like that. So, even when I was in school, college, I always wanted to be famous. So, yeah, I mean, when your film does well and more people watch it, and then kids across age group, like, you know, 5-6 साल के बच्चे, they're like coming back from school and only watching Stree or a Bhediya or, you know, that entire universe. So I'm very happy that it has connected with age groups across, like, you know.
Absolutely. Also, you know, Jana
Yeah.
has a separate fan base altogether.
Yeah.
And you know, you seem to be like the lucky mascot for the supernatural universe.
Yeah.
What do you think was it that worked for Jana? Like, what was about the character?
See, lucky mascot, I think it's Amar Kaushik. He is the man who is the lucky mascot, I feel. But I think Jana is a very special character. He's very innocent. And I think that's the toughest part. You know, to be in Mumbai, to be in a competitive environment and still keep the innocence intact for the character. I think everybody, like, you know, my actor friends, they keep asking me, tu kaise karta hai? Like, you know, aata kahan se hai wo?
Right.
And I'm like, that comes probably from, again, being the only child of my family. I was called Gola. मेरे घर का नाम गोला है. Every Bengali household you have a dark naam, which is like a household naam, okay? So there's one very common name called Khoka, which completely means different in Mumbai. वो वाला खोखा नहीं. Khoka is basically a young boy in Bengal. So मतलब तो वैसा ही मेरा है गोला. And I actually went back to Kharagpur, my native place, when I was doing the first part to prep for the role. I told my parents that I'm coming to meet them, but secretly I was just going to prep, okay, and just be with them and be the Bengali nice bacha and remember and, you know, like live in that kind of nostalgia of monkey caps, which my mom used to put on me. तो वो जो character जना का है, वो मेरे बचपन से काफ़ी ज़्यादा similar रहा है. So I think that's why I've enjoyed performing
Amazing.
that. Yeah.
Also, what was very interesting was to see the box office trajectory that, you know, Stree 2 had. Like, it was one of the highest grossers until Pushpa 2 came.
Yeah.
Pushpa 2 has obviously broken a lot of records.
Yeah.
But वो moment कैसा था learning that, oh my god, our film is like one of the highest grosses of the year.
Yeah, it's like suddenly the backbenchers are toppers. You know, it's just that. मतलब exactly वही हुआ. None of us expected that, you know, it will be a mammoth success like how it is right now. We all knew कि कुछ तो हुआ है. We have created something. We will definitely have some kind of box office numbers, but of course we didn't know that it's going to be, you know, all time whatever blockbuster and all that. So मतलब पता ही नहीं चल रहा था उस time तो. When it was happening, I think the first day it was some 75 something, including the paid previews. Then second, third day we broke the records. We were like having dinner and celebrating, but nothing like, I don't think it's synced until very late that we are a part of history. You know, that's what you come here to do. You come to Bombay to not just like, do a job, or, when you're thinking of as an artist that you want to come here and be an actor in this city, you always want to be a important part of the history of, cinema. So that way it has definitely added a lot of value to our work, and it also has added a lot of responsibility, I think, from henceforward, that we have to like be part and try and be part of these kind of interesting projects.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, एक तरफ जब Stree 2 का celebration was on, there was also this debate going on that who's taken the more limelight in Stree. It is Shraddha Kapoor or it is Rajkumar Rao, being somebody who was so closely associated with the film.
Yeah.
What is your take on it?
I feel that every time there's a successful anything, there will be some kind of controversy. And we can see what's happening with Pushpa 2 and Allu Arjun right now, right?
Absolutely.
So I feel these are just like noises. It really doesn't mean anything. The team was not trying to compete with each other. We were all like, chilling and like having fun and enjoying our moments.
True.
But of course there's social media chatter. There's of course like, the media chatter, which continued. But I think we were unaffected by it.
Okay.
And our director, Amar Bhai, and the producers, they were all like, how do you put it, like, trying to just enjoy the success.
Yeah.
And actors were completely in Delulu because we were like, on like cloud nine. Yeah, we didn't. So I think I don't think anybody had the time to do the negative talk,
right,
or to do the negative conversation. Yeah, gossip. वो time ही नहीं था हमारे पास. वो लोगों ने किया. We had fun with it.
But can we say Abhishek is a star now?
I mean, I've always been an actor.
Yes.
And I don't know what defines stardom yet.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know how to, put that adjective to me.
But what about this industry sometimes surprise me is that, very unknowingly or very unconsciously, we end up slotting actors.
Yes.
Like, A-league actor, or, oh, he's an A-lister or he's a B+.
B+.
What is your take on it?
मेरा एक फ्रेंड है जर्नलिस्ट, उसका नाम नहीं लूंगा, लेकिन मुझे हमेशा और भाई कैसा लगता है B+ में रह के. I'm like, what is this categories here? No, I seriously, I don't understand that. See, I come from a very different mindset.
Okay.
है ना? तो I came, I built a casting company. I came here to like, just work in cinema. तो मुझे इतना कुछ ऐसा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. Till the time I am getting to do my job. Okay. So, my opportunity, like if I'm getting opportunity to act, I'm not thinking about those leagues, because no matter which category I am in, the category of film I am in, that is A++. So,
absolutely.
So I think that is more important for me, to be a part of those kind of films.
True.
तो वो ज़्यादा important है, और बाकी adjectives जो हैं, I think on the road it will keep getting added, subtracted. That's a part and parcel of life. I don't think we should be taking that kind of stress to. वैसे ही बहुत stress है यार, with actors trying to grow their followers and everything. Social media is playing so much big part for any actor's journey these days. So, I mean, ये तो हटा ही देना चाहिए.
But it's also become kind of a new age norm these days that, oh, if you are a celebrity, you should now be unapproachable, and you should give very few interviews and all.
Really?
Yeah, that's a new thing that started.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, thanks for telling me. No, because I don't know. I'm enjoying this because I have not given so many interviews. The last time I tasted this kind of success was, I think, Paatal Lok. When Hathoda Tyagi became like really, a big character.
Absolutely.
But that time, unfortunately, what happened was that it was COVID. So all the media attention, whatever I was getting, was through Zoom calls. So मतलब वो मैं फील नहीं है. तो मुझे लगा कि यार अब जब थोड़ा सा है तो नहीं. I don't know about this culture, but.
But I have to say, Paatal Lok was such a game changer.
Yeah. Thank you.
A lot of Hathoda Tyagi fans are in the house. But, I also have to ask you this, Abhishek, that as a kid who comes from an army background, if I'm not wrong, घर पर जब आपने ये फर्स्ट टाइम बोला कि आई वांट टू बिकम एन एक्टर, एंड इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, यू आल्सो जॉइंड अ कॉलेज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स थिएटर ग्रुप.
Yeah.
So what was that like? What was that moment like? How was the reaction back then?
I mean, my dad slapped me.
Okay.
The first time I told him that I want to join this, he just gave me a fatak, and I'm like, hey, hello, like I really want to do this, and he couldn't believe it because he invested 50,000 in a computer, and he thought मैं computer science करूँगा और ये सब करूँगा, and cut to I'm telling him that I want to do English honors and theatre and all that. He's like, तूने मेरे पैसे क्यों बर्बाद किए? So I think he was more pissed because of that, and no, but my mom supported me a lot. My mother always saw the artist in me, or she somehow, I mean, of course, every माँ यही बोलती है कि तू लाखों में एक and all that, but she really used to mean it when she used to say that, कि there is something special about you, just go and follow your dreams and all that. So she took me to Kirodimal College, which is like Delhi University College, which is known for its theatre. Many big actors, directors, now writers, lyricists, they're all from that theatre group, players. Keval Arora, our teacher, who was also an English professor, he was the theatre convener. So, he used to take care of all of us and, guide us. So that was a great time. And thanks to my mom that she held my hand and took me to that college, without my dad's permission, to give a EC audition. Delhi University में एक EC audition होता है, where even if you scored less, if you crack that, theatre, debate, music, and some other extracurricular whatever activity, so there, if you get, it's like a sports quota.
Okay.
So I actually got inside, like I got an entry to Kirodimal because of my theatre quota. Oh. So yeah, that's how I started. Yeah. It was a big deal. It was a big deal because it's almost like an entrance exam. Students from all across India, they're coming and they're like auditioning for in front of the jury, which is basically miss of the first, second, third year batch.
Right.
And some ex-students and some professors. So yeah, that was my first moment of victory.
Okay.
And from there on, I just started training myself in that theatre group, reading plays, doing plays, acting in it, sometimes helping in direction, sometimes helping in light, sometimes helping in props.
But so the Abhishek who was doing all of that, had he, in his wildest of dreams, imagine that one day he'll be sitting here, with a journey to look back on.
Like, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have come to Bombay. Matlab, definitely. Of course, I mean, this is one of such moments which I have already visualized many times, and there are many certain moments which I have already visualized, so which is going to happen. So, it's that. I mean, I think मैं बस सपना देख के नहीं आया था बॉम्बे.
Okay.
I really meant business. और मैं काम करने आया था. और मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ कि सपने देखना is, it's important, but I think you have to keep working hard on yourself.
Absolutely.
To actually make those dreams happen. Otherwise, वो only dreams बन जाएंगे. So, and I keep bursting my bubbles, time to time. I keep checking कि अच्छा क्या environment है, and you have to adapt to that.
Totally. Yeah. But the journey in Mumbai was easy, like when you came here, starting off, because that was a very different time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was quite easy. I mean, I know people have that thing of कि यार struggle और वो सब, but I feel that we are a struggling country. We're all like, the youth across India, they're all struggling. They're all like doing something or the other to make their ends meet. So I was doing the same. I was, completely like them, and I was sharing my house with roommates, and I lived like that, and that was amazing time. वो कम पैसों में बहुत मजे आए थे, and और ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि मैं कभी कमाया नहीं. I used to always earn through casting or by assisting somebody or things like that. I used to do voiceovers. I have done like television serial, दूरदर्शन का serial किया मैंने दिल्ली में. I have done गुस्ताखी माफ, puppet show. I used to do all of that. So I've done a lot of work, and then I came to Bombay. I saved some money. फिर वो पैसा चला भी गया बॉम्बे में बहुत जल्दी. Then I'm like, okay, to survive in the city, you need to earn more money. It's very important to actually, for me, it was very important to live in the city. Not only just work in Bombay, but also understand the vibe of Bombay. Understand ki what is this whole thing about ये रात को नहीं सोता है ये शहर. What does that mean? Because Delhi में तो सोना पड़ता है. अगर आपको नींद नहीं भी आए तो सो जाओ. So you know, for me it was a very different cultural change. That okay, like people are actually chill till night and you can go everywhere and like you know, auto rickshaws are not fighting with you. Nobody is trying to fight with you. Everybody is happy, or not, even if they're not happy, they're not like bothering you. So it was very new for me. So I started enjoying that. So for me, it was important to live in the city, go to Goa, go to all these places and see, explore, and then eventually down the line somewhere I became an actor.
Also, I was reading an article one day which said that Shah Rukh Khan was a major inspiration for you
To come to Bombay?
to come to Bombay to pan out in this journey, take on acting.
Yeah, I mean Bachchan Saab and Shah Rukh Khan both. I think झूठ नहीं बोलूँगा, बचपन तो था पूरा बच्चन साहब. You know, I think it was all him. He actually he's from the same college, Kirodimal College. I joined that college because of Mr. Bachchan. Because I was such a huge fan that I wanted to just be in that college. And then I realized कि वहाँ पे एक theatre society भी है. So that's how and Zishan Ayub, he's an actor. So you know, so he's my senior. So he's my senior from the school and also from the theatre society. So he told me कि वहाँ पे किसी audition होता है तो वहाँ पे तुम join कर सकते हो. And then growing up years, I started really like getting affected, like I mean getting inspired by Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, because you know the kind of wit he has, the kind of knowledge he has, and the way he speaks. I just love that. You know, it's like really sometimes you just want to be. It's like the best kind of professor you can have. You know, you just want to hear him say and speak, and you learn so much just from those small conversations. So yeah.
Also, somebody who's been through this journey. It's been 16 years, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, 16 years in Mumbai. Yeah.
Today, when you look
6 years as an actor and around 10 years as a casting director.
Today when you look back at, the time you started and all, how much has Abhishek changed over these years? Like there's one very evident change according to you.
Become a little calmer, maybe, with time. I mean, I'm a very impatient guy otherwise.
Okay.
I am restless also. I'm a workaholic also. So I'm trying to, be a little more calmer. And yeah, that's the only change I think. Otherwise, ज़्यादा कुछ change हुआ नहीं है.
Also, how did this entire process of casting begin for you? Like, was it a hobby initially?
No, it was employment for me. I mean, that's the only job I knew when I came to Bombay. So because I had some casting experience in Delhi, I had assisted Gautam Kishan Chindani for Devdi. So for me that became an easier route. I came to Bombay, I called him, I needed a job, and he gave me as a casting associate's job. So that's how it started. And then when we were casting those days, there were not many casting directors, and the industry was looking for casting directors. So that's how young boys like me and Anmol started getting a lot of offers. And then Anmol, being the business maverick he is, he told me once, he gave me the idea, ki, why don't we just open a company and do casting, because we are anyway doing it. तेरा कुछ acting का हो तो रहा नहीं है, ठीक है, तो तू अभी यही करते हैं, company शुरू करते हैं and all that. And that's when we decided to, okay, let's go ahead with a brand name and not our name, because we didn't want the whole, the रूढ़िवाद नहीं चाहिए था, like okay, भैया जी and all of that. But that's what happens with names. So we thought, okay, let's just create a brand where actors can just come and be free and not get intimidated by the whole audition process, because that's a very difficult space to be in. And I've given auditions, so I know when you're new in Bombay, you're going to a casting director's office with high hopes and dreams. It becomes very difficult to perform because you're already stressed about multiple things. So yeah, I mean, that's what I wanted to create, a space with Anmol which is stress-free for actors, where they don't feel judged, they feel loved.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm sure things today have, like when we speak to actors even today, they tell us that now things have gotten a lot streamlined than it used to be before. Yeah. So what was that probably, one change that you all also introduced into this entire casting business?
Just talking to actors normally and not like, a herd of sheep. Yeah, I mean, and we have to also understand that we have to respect any actor like who is coming to give an audition. And give them a proper explanation of the scene and give them a proper brief. not tell them to do it a certain way or like a certain hero, because that was the norm. In many multiple auditions, we used to when I used to go, and the conductor used to always say that, कि शाहरुख खान की तरह line बोल दो, या आमिर खान की तरह line बोल दो, या it's always a reference कि आप इस reference की तरह बोलो. So that's how the mass auditions used to happen.
Okay.
Then of course, like few of the casting directors like Gautam, Shanu Sharma, Nandini, Shrikant, Hanit Rehan, they were like really doing amazing. Then Mukesh Chabra came in, and this whole gang of good casting directors started coming up. And that's where we also started, and that's where I think we tried to be a change, and everybody has contributed to it. It's not just one company or one casting director. I think the entire casting director community has contributed to this overall change, and that's why actors are enjoying the audition process at least better than what it used to be.
But I want to understand, what is the process like? Because, a lot of people who probably aspire to become actors, they really don't know which doors to knock. So how does this entire process work, like for casting?
I mean, for me as a layman, when I didn't know anybody in the industry, I was from Delhi. The basic thing which I did was to keep an eye for my favorite directors' work. And during college years, I was a huge Anurag Kashyap fan. I think we were all growing up watching his amazing cinema, Black Fridays and Panch, which was not released, but we watched it pirated, and No Smoking and Gulal. And so I kept looking forward to any kind of thing, which activity of his film happening in Delhi. And that's how I got to know about Devdi when they came to. So you have to just keep an eye, and stalk the crew, the team members, and that's how you will get to your first job. And then from there on you can keep continuously keep asking others, like यहाँ पे क्या चल रहा है, वहाँ पे क्या चल रहा है. You need one opening, and that opening, it is on you. It is on you. You can't like go multiple places and just drop resumes. That's not the job, I feel. Because that becomes like it's like a lottery thing, na? कि वो लग गया तो लग गया. But if you really are inspired by somebody, then you really want to work with that person, then you should just join that team.
Okay, so one myth probably, or stigma, if I don't know what we should term it that, but that is attached with the casting fraternity is about the casting couch. A lot of people feel, a lot of people have spoken earlier that it used to exist earlier, it doesn't now. But this, to what extent does this demonize a fraternity as such?
It's always been, I think, कुछ ज़्यादा ही focus हमारी fraternity पे होता है. I think sexual exploitation it's relevant in every industry.
Okay.
And it's just that I feel that sometimes the limelight and because we are part of the show business, that's why it's always picked on more. And probably, as you said, that the new generation of casting directors or the casting teams, I think we have not only made it more organized, but we've also made it more professional.
Okay.
And I don't think so that this happens anymore in the casting fraternity. And you can just be aware of certain people who might be like, trying to, maybe not directly, but indirectly asking for favors, any kind of favors. And I think as actors, whoever we are, whoever they are, we just need to be smart enough to know which person is safe. And if you feel even a hint of, any kind of favors, then you should just stay away from those people.
But has nepotism ever affected or come in the process of casting for you?
नहीं, ऐसा कोई कॉल तो कभी नहीं आया कि मतलब अरे ये मेरा लड़का है उसको ले ले.
अच्छा.
क्योंकि वो ले लेंगे ना. वो ले लेंगे फिर मुझे कॉल करेंगे. So I mean, I don't think we are a part of that system at all, because the films comes to us after the film is already greenlit with stars, whoever.
Okay.
तो उसके बाद casting directors के पास आता है, and then we start. So वो कभी cross हुआ ही नहीं है.
So, you've cast for The Dirty Picture, Rock On 2, Toilet Ek Prem Katha, Kalank, and so many more. Sabse toughest casting for you, according to you, was which one? Which project?
I think No One Kill Jessica was the toughest.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were casting in Delhi, and Rajkumar Gupta, the director, he wanted completely like fresh faces, real faces, new faces. So yeah, me and Anmol were almost on the streets. We were like looking for actors from everywhere. Cafes, market, India Gate, जहाँ हमें कोई इंटरेस्टिंग फेस मिलता था हम उनको ऑडिशन लेते थे और मतलब उनको दिखाते थे. एंड राज सर इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू इम्प्रेस. You know, he's one of the toughest directors to cast for because he keep looking for options, and until unless he's like really happy with a particular actor, he will not say yes. So yeah, I mean that becomes a very tedious process for us.
Yeah.
And also it was one of our first projects, so we were both very charged up. So कभी बीच में तो हमने वहाँ पे featured casting भी की थी, like the extras or the junior artists, how we call that, the featured cast की casting भी हमने सड़क से उठा के की थी. So yeah, that was one of the toughest.
And सबसे easy कौन सा था?
सबसे easy? No casting project is easy.
अच्छा.
I don't think any casting director will say that this project was easy. कोई casting project easy नहीं होता sir.
But was there a project which was very unexpected also? Like, you were not probably very sure, but then it actually turned out to be great.
Mirzapur.
Okay.
Yeah. I had no clue कि मतलब Mirzapur is going to be so big.
Right.
It was all like, acha, we're doing something, and that those days was like the beginning of the OTT era, and I remember it was very difficult for us to get any actor to audition for it because most of the senior actors would say कि अरे यार ये क्या है,
Right.
web series नहीं करते हम. So they will not come for the audition or they will not want to be a part of it. So but that really opened gates for multiple actors. Who were jobless that time, who were trying to find a footing in the industry, and all those talented actors, I think they just got a door from there on.
Interesting. Also, this entire fame that's hit you recently, what is that one lesson it has taught you?
Oh God, what lesson? Stay humble here. I think that's one thing very important. I think that's you have to keep telling yourself, because that too much of attention can cause spurts of overconfidence.
Right.
In you. So I think that's very important, to just stay grounded, stay rooted, and also realize that this fame is actually very dangerous for future performances, because you're so involved with all of this events and shows and this and that I think sometimes you'll forget to do the homework.
Okay.
So I am always constantly telling myself that no matter what, when I'm starting my next project, I need to take some time off to do the homework. So ये stardom से homework थोड़ा कम हो जाता है, is what I realized. So yeah, that fame and everything. So I think it's very important to keep that the basic integrity or the discipline of an actor intact, even after being famous.
But does the scrutiny also sometimes bother you? Sometimes you end up saying something, meaning something else, but it gets misinterpreted.
Yeah. Now I've realized that everything has to be weighed. So every time you're asking some tricky question, I'm like, kya bolu? So that it doesn't, because I don't know, what happens is that sometimes you're just saying it organically and you don't really mean any harm, or you're not trying to accuse anybody or whatever. Absolutely. But it just comes out like that, because I think the negative headlines have a better record of hit buttons than the positive ones, is what I'm realizing. So yeah, I mean thoda pressure to रहता है भाई, ये तो होता है.
Also, what I absolutely love, this one thing that I absolutely love about you is that your personal life is so well guarded always.
Yeah.
Is it a very conscious decision firstly?
Yes.
And secondly, how difficult does it get at times to keep it that guarded?
Nothing at all. It's like I feel like I can keep my personal life completely separate and my professional life completely separate without any problems.
Okay.
मतलब मुझे कोई ऐसा stress नहीं होता है. अगर if something comes out also, then also there's nothing, because I'm like any which way we are public figures. So no matter how much I'm trying to, my wife hates when people are coming to you when we are having dinners or anything like that. You're trying to be reclusive. Sometimes she hates it, but then she's also gotten used to it. Like I अब कुछ नहीं कर सकते इसका. So that way I think I'm good.
Wow, amazing. I want to now move on to the fun segment of this interview.
Yeah, okay.
We are going to play a few games. Okay. So firstly, I want to begin asking you this, that you have to tell me one least known fact about some of your co-stars.
Okay.
Okay. So firstly, we'll start
So to tell a secret to you, basically.
Yeah, tell a secret.
Wow.
Not a secret, but a least known fact probably. Which is, least known fact is
a very nice way of saying, ये एक secret बता दो अपने दोस्त का. वाह. Camera पे.
Ayushman Khurrana.
Least known fact, I don't know what is his least known fact. Uh, I don't know much about the least known fact, but he's a foodie. I don't know if it's a least known fact or not. Like he really enjoys food, and he has proper, matlab, Indian desi meal, no salad wallet, जो एक culture बन जाता है. Yeah. So he's
Shraddha Kapoor.
Now it's no more a least known fact, but she can do multiple accents, and she's really good at it.
She's done that.
She is really good at it. So, nahi, but I think we were one of the first audience. Stree 1 ke time pe, some camera happened, and then we were just sitting and we were waiting for the shot, and we all had mics. So, we were doing some kind of, entertainment program for the crew so that they're not bored and all that. And Shraddha starts, doing these accents. So that's the first time we saw and we heard it before you guys.
Rajkumar Rao.
Jat dil se. Yeah, he says that he's still the Delhi boy. When I meet him, no matter where we are, I think we just connect like how I would connect with my Delhi friends, 15, 20 years back ago. And he's a very, very hard-working guy. Very hard-working guy. Like he's completely involved in whatever he's doing. He's so studious and so disciplined that sometimes, I really feel कि यार मैं कम मेहनत कर रहा हूँ when I see an actor like Rajkumar Rao. And not only about his acting, he's also, I love the fact that he's so caring towards his other co-actors. There's no sense of insecurity between actors कि अरे यार ये line बोल देगा तो मेरा कुछ कम हो जाएगा या मैं बोल देता हूँ तो उसका थोड़ा, there's nothing like that. There's no competition because actors are known to have this on-set rivalry, even if it doesn't translate to off-set. It is not important to always have rivalries, but वो competition, वो competitive spirit actors में आ ही सकती है. वो theatre में भी आती थी, वो सब होता था कि let's perform, and that's good sometimes because if you have that competitive spirit, then both the actors are like, if they're trying to outdo each other and doing their best, it's good for the scene. True. So, but having said that, Raj is somebody who is always collaborating with you, and that's the best part about him. I mean, these are times of collaboration here, and everybody, the companies, our business people are like collaborating. Everybody is just collaborating with each other. So even artists need to collaborate, especially on set, and that's when you get some good product or good scene. Yeah.
What about Varun Dhawan?
He's very naughty, man. He's really a naughty kid. I mean, that's what I want to say. Check kitna bhi, wo hai na unka dialogue. That dialogue is, दिखता हूँ मैं स्वामी.
Sweet innocent Swami.
That's. पर हूँ मैं हरामी type का.
But ऐसी कोई, like, has he done ऐसी कोई मस्ती with you on set, like being naughty with you in any way?
Yeah, I mean, he just like, we were shooting for Bhedia, and he just happened to ask me like, so who's your crush? Who's your crush? Okay. In actresses and all that. So we were sitting in the car and we were doing a scene and I couldn't get out because दोनों तरह से camera लगे हुए हैं गाड़ी पे. And it was a small Maruti 800, the one which we used in the film. So I told him, yeah, okay, tell me, and he kept like, asking me, and then I said, okay, fine, Kiara Advani. So like, oh, you like a crush, and yeah, I mean, she's nice and all of that. Next thing I see is that he just calls Kiara Advani.
Okay.
I बोल रहा इसको तेरे पे crush है, and he just gives me the phone.
Oh
it
my
was so
God.
embarrassing. It was so embarrassing, but she was nice and sweet to not mind it. And yeah, that's when I realized that I will never tell him anything. क्योंकि कब किसी को phone करके बोल दे तो yeah.
Totally. Also, on public demand, we've been told to ask you this. So today, firstly, what is your love language like? Like, when you love somebody, how do you express it?
I cook food.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what has happened is that in this generation,
a very good cook, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
In this generation, the love language has changed a lot, and the Gen Zs have their own love lingo.
Oh.
So I'm going to ask you a few, words, and you have to tell me what do they mean according to you.
क्या है हाँ बोली.
Breadcrumbing.
What?
Breadcrumbing.
Wait, I have heard this before. It's like giving little bhav, है ना?
Yeah.
And then not giving much bhav, like just texting a little and then not texting. ऐसा
That's
कुछ
right,
है?
guys?
Yeah? Yeah.
What is benching?
Benching.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have to just use my IQ, benching seems like you're an option.
Yeah,
Is it?
keeping
Is
a
it?
backup.
I didn't know it, but IQ.
What is love bombing?
Love bombing is very simple, na? That you show too much love, extra love. कि वो मतलब पट जाए और फिर उसके बाद हट जाओगे ना?
उसके बाद घर की मुर्गी दाल.
Yeah, exactly. But that's basically marriage. Love bombing.
Also, what is soft launching?
I know this also. Soft launching is when you are not showing the face of the person you are with. You're just showing some hands or like something else, and you're.
Wow. I think the last one though you'll get it. What is simping?
No, this I don't know. What?
Simping.
Simping. What is simping? Kya hai
So
ise?
somebody who's very heavily crushing over you. Like, आपको देखते ही faint हो जाए. That is simping. In Gen Z lingo.
Simping.
Yeah.
Why would this live? Why? इस word का मतलब कहाँ से आया?
मुझे तो भाषा ही पूरी नहीं समझ आई. To be honest.
So you know what, the breadcrumbing and all the benching
Yeah.
and all that still makes sense. Simping, I don't know. It's maybe coming from sinking or something like that. Right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can replace Shah Rukh Khan in a Shah Rukh Khan film.
That is very well said.
That's not happening anytime soon. Yeah.
अच्छा, स्त्री 2 में से अगर किसी को रिकास्ट करना हो तो?
हाँ? अरे यार, स्त्री 2 में से किसी को रिकास्ट करना हो तो I don't know. I don't think anybody is. I can't see anybody else. Okay. I mean, the only person if I have to recast me, then I would recast me with this actor called Ashish Verma, who I really love. He's my friend from college, so I think he could have done a great job. But yeah.
Amazing. You think Pushpa 2 में अगर you have to recast somebody, you would have a choice?
अरे sir, Pushpa 2 में I don't think so, sir. I don't think so. That's not happening.
Well, amazing. On that note, I think now it's time we open the floor to the audience to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So guys, please go ahead. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
My question is, what was one life lesson you learned the hard way as a youngster?
Life lesson is a hard way.
Life lesson you learned the hard way
As a youngster.
That nothing is a hard way for me. I didn't have it. I always learned it before.
One life lesson you would like us to know, which you learned as a youngster.
That keep your pockets full. Yeah, keep your pockets full. मतलब वो चाहे किसी चीज़ के लिए भी sacrifice मत करना. Not even for romance. Not even for work. Keep your pockets full. Because that will, ease the rest. Yeah. Thank you.
Anybody else? Yeah.
Sir, I'm a huge fan of Paatal Lok, and in the whole series, Hathoda Tyagi was my favorite character. So since it is just announced that the season 2 will be released on the 17th of January, I wanted to know if Hathoda Tyagi will be returning.
Unfortunately, it breaks my heart too, but Hathoda Tyagi won't return. Because, but वो मर गया है यार, अभी क्या यहाँ से जिंदा होगा और वो भी यहाँ गोली मारी है. So, no, I don't think, it breaks my heart too. But because I really wanted to do that part one more time. I've not been that lucky with that because I died in Mirzapur also. तो मैं मर जाता हूँ हर hit show में. But thankfully Mirzapur film तो आ रही है.
Yes.
But yeah, जिस दिन पाताल लोक कभी film बनेगी तो maybe I'll be back. But not for this season. But I'm really looking forward to the second season because it's looking killer and I know that कुछ बहुत ही अच्छा shoot किया है अविनाश ने. And Jaideep Ahlawat, he is going to kill it as Hathi Ram. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Very true.
Hanji.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello sir,
Hello.
I'm Kushali.
Hi.
And I really want to become an actor in future.
Okay.
Would you give me any suggestions for like
Yes.
some Hindi cinema people who are trying to become an actor?
Yes, read a lot of Hindi writer books, read Hindi newspapers, so that your Hindi is like, bang on. That's very important. सबसे पहले तो हिंदी साफ करनी चाहिए सबको. और जो मुझे सबसे इम्पोर्टेंटली थैंकफुली दिल्ली में रह के या मतलब वहाँ रह के मुझे मिल गया, बट वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है टू रीड लॉट ऑफ हिंदी बुक्स, रीड लॉट ऑफ न्यूज़पेपर, हिंदी न्यूज़पेपर, एंड please pursue theatre. It's really important. Like, I think once you're on stage, once you have acted on stage, camera acting will be easier. And the times where we are heading, like, the whole green screen acting, theatre actors will have the advantage. Because green screen acting is all about imagination, right? And stage is all about imagination. आपके पास real props या sets नहीं होते. आप imagine करते हो अपने दुनिया को, and then you perform. And that's where we are heading. So, yes.
Hi sir.
Hello.
So festivals like Kshitij bring students together and showcase their talent. So what is your take on them, and have you been a part of any college fest in your time?
Yes, and that's how I am an actor, because I think I got all my confidence from winning in those competitions, from BITS Pilani to IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, Roorkee. I think सारे festivals करते थे हम लोग. In fact, once though I passed out from my college and then again went back to a festival just to like be a part of it.
Wow.
I think, I mean, the huge energy, and you actually see, please sit, you actually see the future of art and culture of the country, in these festivals. वहाँ समझ में आता है. So, I think it's very important, even if you're not really participating in anything, but just to attend, just to see and get that vibe. I think that's very, very important for everybody.
Sir,
Hello.
my name is Gauri, and I just want to tell you that everybody here loves you a lot,
Arey,
and
yeah, so
especially your
sweet.
character Jana. It's been like on the top for 2024.
Thank you, yeah,
I
thank
just want to ask you.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you your take on Kshitij and how you like the vibe of Kshitij.
Yeah, already feeling a little FOMO, because I got a message for something, but those dates I'm shooting, so I'm already feeling a little bad. But I wish you guys all the best, because I think it's going to be a great festival, and I've heard many, like thousands of students come and join the first festival. So hopefully next year, I'll do something, maybe perform for you guys.
So thank you guys. Abhishek, before we wrap this up, I
Yes.
want to ask you seriously, are you a part of Thama also?
I mean, I'm part of the horror universe.
Okay.
I can just tell you that much. And yeah, I mean, वही वाली बात है, जहाँ आतंक है वहाँ जना तो होगा. तो देखते हैं थामा में कितना आतंक है.
Amazing.
Thank you, Nawaz. It was really wonderful.
Pleasure speaking
Yes,
to you.
same here, same here.
So Abhishek, I thank you on behalf of Kshitij and Miro
Thank
for being
you.
a part of this.